Hi guys, welcome to Reen's Place. Today I'm going to do a soup in my crock pot, and I first want to start by cutting some vegetables. So the soup that I'm making is kind of a hybrid. I saw a recipe online for a creamy chicken gnocchi spinach soup, but I'm changing it around a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit. So instead of going with like Italian seasonings, I'm going with more like what I would consider fall seasonings: sage, thyme, bay leaves, like that. And first, what you're going to do is take a couple of stalks of celery and then just cut it into smaller pieces, however big or small you like it. I like my soup pieces to be small enough to like fit on my spoon, so that's what I'm doing. And then I have like 3 skinny stalks here, and they're not as crisp as they once were, so it's a good thing that I'm using them. And then you're going to need an onion, but I have a gigantic onion here, so I'm just going to be using half of it. You can use as much or as little of these ingredients as you like. Okay. Celery done. Put that over there. And let's get half of this giant onion. Got a little spot on it. So I'm just going to wash that off quick. Okay. And now for the onion. Super simple. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to finish chopping this onion, and then I'm going to switch you around to the other side where my crock pot is, and I'll get the rest of the ingredients, which I have to gather. So other things you're going to need is I'm going to need some garlic. I'm going to use minced in the jar. I need some carrots. I bought some matchstick carrots that I don't have to cut up, but any old carrots would do. Or if you don't like carrots, leave it out. Okay. Let me scooch around to the other side with the rest of my... Okay guys, we're back. I have everything set here for the soup. So I have my crock pot ready, plugged in, and I'm just going to add the celery and onions. This is a really awkward angle. Let me go on this side real quick. Okay, celery, onions, and I'm going to add those matchstick carrots I told you. What I have here, I'm going to add, let's see, it's a 10-ounce bag. I'm probably going to add half. Or a little more, let's see. Okay, that looks good to me. Into this, I'm putting in some chicken. I already defrosted it, so it's just over a pound, I believe. And this is chicken breast. You can use whatever kind you like. You could even use on the bone chicken, as long as you remove the bones before, when it's done cooking. Okay, so let's get our seasonings in. This is super simple, and again, I'm going a little bit off recipe here. I'm going a lot off recipe. I'm salting mine because I did not salt the broth. I'm using home canned broth, and I did not salt mine. So that's why I'm going to be adding this salt here. If you have, if you have chicken broth that you bought from the store, you might want to wait until the end of the recipe to add your salt. Salt and pepper. I'm going to do some sage. Some sage. I'm going to do some thyme. And again, thyme is kind of a, it's a strong seasoning, so I would put a little bit less in and then add it later on when you taste it if you feel like it needs more. I'm also going to add some minced garlic. You could use fresh, probably about like 2 cloves worth. And then I'm going to add some bay leaves. I'm going to put 2 bay leaves in. I think that this just gives it a great flavor. And this recipe calls for 4 cups of chicken broth, which that's what a quart is. But I'm going to see if I only use half. I'm kind of making this a smaller recipe. I'm using it all. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to cover this up. Now I'm going to set mine on low for 6 hours. I'm setting mine on low for 6 hours, and when it's finished cooking, we're going to add some evaporated milk, some spinach, and some gnocchi. Or I don't have gnocchi, so I'm going to be using some cheese tortellini. You could use mini ravioli, whatever you want at this point. So again, we're going to come back in 6 hours, and we'll add the last of the ingredients. Hi guys, we're back. It's like 5 hours later. What I did do is I put my crock pot on low for 6 hours, and then about an hour and a half, 2 hours in, I raised it up to high, and so it did the rest of the time on high. And I tasted the chicken, and it's done, so I'm just going to use my little chopper and chop it up a little bit. I would get you in closer, but it would definitely fog up. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to take out the leaves. 1 bay leaf. I think I had 2. See if we can find the other one. Hope I didn't chop it. Oh, there it is. Okay, remove the bay leaves first. And then I mean, you could leave the chicken in the bigger chunks if you want, but I like to have like mouth-sized pieces. Spoonful, I should say. They're still fairly large, but I think that that's okay. Okay, so to this we're going to add a can of evaporated milk. This is a 12-ounce can, and mine's a little dented, so I'm using it first. And I bet you could use heavy cream with just as good results. I also used half of a 5-ounce package of baby spinach that I just loosely chopped a little bit, again, so I could have smaller pieces. And I'm using a 9-ounce package of cheese tortellini. You could use anything in this part. This is like the one that you get in the refrigerated section. So something like that is what you would use. What else do you could use gnocchi, you could use tortellini, you could use mini ravioli, anything really, regular size ravioli. And then, you know what, before I put this in, I think I'm going to thicken this just a little bit. So let me grab, Chuck, would you grab me a cup out of that closet right there by you?
Regular cup?
Yeah, just like a, coffee cup or something, anything like that. And then unfortunately you're going to have to grab the thing because I can't reach it.
What?
The cornstarch up on the top shelf there. I'm just going to make a quick slurry so that, I just want it to thicken a little tiny bit. Okay, so I'm using like literally a teaspoon, and I just did 2 pretty heaping teaspoons worth, and I'm putting just a little bit of water in here. Just mixing this up. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this all. I might put like half in now and then check it when it's done and see if it needs to get a little thicker. Okay, so that was about half. And now I'm going to put this package of, I'm going to put this package of the cheese tortellini in. Man, that was hard to open. I'm going to make sure that this is all covered with the broth and soup that's in there. I'm going to put the top on this, and I'm going to let this cook with the top on for 20 to 30 minutes, just to make sure that the pasta gets cooked through, and I'll come back then. We'll see if we need to thicken it at that. Okay guys, we're back. It's 20 minutes since I put the macaroni in. It's okay, Wen. We give it a stir. It looks good. Okay, let's plate this up. I got a cute little fall soup ramekin. This is good. Chicken tortellini. Another piece of. Okay, let's see. You get a picture for my thumbnail. Okay. It looks extremely yummy. It smells so good. I was telling my husband it's been smelling like Thanksgiving in here all day. I want to take a taste, but I don't want to burn my mouth off either, so let me try. It's really good. Like, really good. It's so creamy and filling, and it tastes just like, the main thing that I taste is when you know, like the bay leaf. It just gives it such a, like a fall flavor. This will be even better when it cools down just a bit. The only thing that could make this just a little bit better is a little shredded cheese on top, like Parmesan or Romano. I like Romano, but excellent. I would definitely do this again. I like the tortellini in it, but I could see this would be just as good with gnocchi, or which is what the original recipe had. So I hope you guys really do give this recipe a try. It's really very good. And you could put as much or as little spice, or if you feel like you don't like those sage, thyme, bay leaf profile, you could totally do Italian seasoning. You could just do like onion powder, garlic powder, parsley. You don't really have to do too much, but these flavors in here just is what really makes it taste like a fall dish. So again, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you enjoy the recipe and give it a try. It's super easy. You see how I just threw everything in the crock pot, and then the last little bit I just added at the end, and it took 20 minutes for the pasta, the spinach, and the thickener with the evaporated milk. So thanks for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. It really does help out the channel when you interact. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the red subscribe button. And you can also share this video on your Facebook page so others can enjoy some fall soup recipes as well. Thanks again. See you next Monday for Mini Food Monday.